Let's bring in Republican Congressman Greg Murphy of North Carolina. Thank you so much for joining us today as we are watching breaking news together. Thank you, sir. Turning to the California wildfires, your state is still recovering after suffering major damage from Hurricane Helene. What is your reaction right now seeing the devastation from these wildfires? Because you're still dealing with so much. Now you're seeing what's happening on the West Coast. Let me just first get your reaction to what California is dealing with, and then tell me what's going on in your state.
Yeah, look, Laura, this is absolute devastation. It's apocalyptic in a very similar way, because these guys are being engulfed by flames. They're being engulfed by areas that they can't get away from. And it's the first part, rather than throwing blame, this, that, and the other stuff, there'll be plenty of time for that. But the first part is to make sure that people are safe. Then you work to make sure property is safe and try to contain these fires. Whether they have the resources that they really needed or not, it remains to be asked really at a later date. It's tragic. I hurt for those people because in memories, life, limbs, everything is gone in a second. In our part of the state, in eastern North Carolina, we're used to doing hurricanes, but our part of the state is really sympathetic to our western part, which hit with Hurricane Helene, which in a 30+ inches of rain in mountains just goes down gullies and literally washes out towns and cities. It will take a decade to rebuild western North Carolina. We stay in contact. In fact, I was just texting with the member of Congress over from that part of the state about a few things. And so it's really tragic. This is why we have, though, a United States where we come in and different states can help each other in times of need. And this is one of them. As bad as California's policies are, we still have to help them.
Absolutely. And, Congressman, I wanted to remind our viewers, if you're thinking about what Californians and people in North Carolina are going through, just look around where you're sitting right now. If you're watching us on your couch, look around your house. Look at all the things around you and imagine all of them gone in 1 minute, that you don't have any time to evacuate. You can't remember where you put your medicine. You're trying to find your cat. I mean, it is unbelievable how fast this can happen in all of these types of catastrophes. And you're right. We are the United States of America. We need to come together during this time. And the policies, look, there's been a lot of talk about the policies. We've got to help these people now. Some of these policies that are at issue right now might be tomorrow's problem, but right now we've got to come together. And California Governor Gavin Newsom has invited President-elect Trump to visit California, despite their war of words. And we'll see if this happens. Democratic Congresswoman Maxine Waters of California joined Cuomo last night, saying right now we should put politics aside and focus on the people as well who need help. It was a fire exchange. Let's take a listen.
You can do the politics later. You can come and talk about Gavin Newsom later. You can talk about the Democrats later. I don't care who you talk about, but don't use up this precious time to do petty politics. Use the time to educate and to share information and to let people know where they can get some food, where they can get a place to stay, where they can get some clothing.
Sounds like you agree, Congressman.
Well, yeah, I would put it on the other side, other shoe on the other foot if something were different with Maxine. But that said, I agree. Today is the day to stabilize, to look for personal security, to make sure people have what they need for a daily basis. There is time to do the politics. But it has to be the better part of valor, and the big person has to be in the room to look at the complete situation, take care of what you need now, and deal with the consequences as they come.
And also, Congress is now bracing for the wildfire fallout, with damages estimated still being tallied, of course, but it'll likely be in the hundreds of billions of dollars at this point. So how can we prevent something like this from happening again, or can we?
Yeah, I think we can. And, we look at storms over here in eastern North Carolina. We've made things hurricane resistant, building codes, et cetera, et cetera. I think what California needs to look at, and this is not a political issue, this is a reality issue, is to how they manage their forests. And, this has been a topic of discussion for the last 20 years, 25, whatever years. They manage their forests poorly.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.